So to put the idler pulley in, we're going to need a 10 millimeter, a 12 millimeter, a 12 millimeter wrench, and some ratchets. Okay, two 10 millimeter bolts takes the duct off. It gives you a little room to work. Okay, if you have cables and not drive-by-wire, you're going to have these on your cover. This is the control. This is your throttle. This is your cruise control. Two 10 millimeters hold the cover on. It's a nut. Bolt. WRXs. The little clips for these are a serious pain. You might even break a few getting them off. Go underneath. When it's on the cover, and just try and goad it from underneath and get it off. First, to take the bracket off, you want to loosen up this 12 counterclockwise. You want to loosen this 12 up, but you don't want to take it off all the way. Just loosen it up enough so that the pulley can slide up in here. Okay, now you want to take this 12 millimeter and reverse it out. And what that'll do is draw up this pulley. Here, show this. With the pulley raised, it alleviates the tension on the belt. Now two 12 millimeters right here and here. Remove these two bolts all the way. Okay, here's your mount with your pulley. We'll be removing the pulley and putting the new one in. Remove this completely. Lift it up out. And you'll see this is in the back. And you want to clean this all. Now this is the piece that sticks up. Here's what the 12 went to through here. So what you want to do in here is punch this out. A few taps should do it. If not, you might have to get some WD-40. Right, if this gets seized inside here, just take a screwdriver here on the sides and kind of pop it out. Use a vise if you have to. Get that out of the way. Now here's your center line here. Have the lines in the center. That lines up with the center line here. So what you want to do, see how this has a little hollow? I like to put that in. Take your bracket, put it on, line that center line up. First make sure this is all the way popped in. Now you want to line that center line up right in there, and now you can put your 12 millimeter on. Just a little snug, nothing too much, because we're still going to have to adjust this back in to tighten the belt. So just get that on a little bit. Okay, now put your bracket back in. Two 12 millimeters. Okay, the two 12 millimeters. Then you can go ahead and tighten those up. Nothing crazy tight. You just want to get them in there good. Alright. Now you want to take your adjuster bolt. Make sure your 12 millimeter here is loosened up. And then you can go ahead and tighten it up. And it should force this downwards. As you can see, it's going down to the belt. And you want to get it so it's snug with the belt and make sure that the ribs are in correctly. Now, the belt has slack still, so you can go ahead and tighten it up. As you tighten it up, you'll feel that the belt gets tighter and tighter. Check the other belt, make sure the play is good. You don't want it too tight and you don't want it too loose. This is a little tight, but it's also going to stretch out once it goes around a few times, so you'll want to check this again in a little while. So that feels good for right now. And you want to go ahead and snug this bolt up now, because everything's been adjusted, as this is your lock bolt or your jam nut, if you can get a wrench on there. Stop that. You want to get that nice and tight again. Yeah, see that they're on the ribs? They're on the ribs correctly. They're on the crank ribs correctly. And they're on the AC pulley correctly. Once that's all tightened up, tighten your jam nut, make sure that's tightened, do a double check. Check your tensions. Slip this over here. And then there's a little rubber piece in here. Now, because we broke our little clip here, we're going to use some zip tie engineering. Go up through. Zip it. Pull it under. And cut off the excess. And there you go. Now your cable's clipped on correctly. Perfect. AC compressor should kick on. There it goes.